as Senior Assistant Secretary.
And this was 2005?
Yes, ma'am.
So from 2005 to, okay, now let's go back to your position as Secretary General. You said you first served from 2009 to 2010 as Secretary to Cabinet, then Secretary General January 8, 2010 to March 2010.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happened in March 2010?
I was redeployed to the Ministry of Works as Deputy Minister. As Deputy Minister for about a week, and then I was confirmed as Minister of Works on 24th of March.
Okay. Then what happened? You were the Minister of Work, you served as Minister of Works for how long? Just tell us now, up to when the time when you finally left the service.
From 24th of March as Minister of Works, I stayed as a minister until June the 3rd of 2011, where I was brought back to the Office of the President as SG.
As?
Secretary General.
Okay.
And I served as, there was June 3rd, 2010, and then on March 29, 2011, I was redeployed back to the Ministry of Works as Minister.
Okay, sorry, repeat that. You said...
From June 3rd, 2010, I was appointed as SG.
Yes.
For the second time. Then I stayed as SG until March 29th, 2011, the following year.
Okay.
Where I was redeployed as Minister of Works.
Okay.
From there, I stayed as Minister of Works. I worked up till December 13, 2011.
Okay.
Where I was brought back as SG again.
December 13, 2011.
December 13, 2011. Served as SG up to May 6, 2012, where I was appointed as Minister of Petroleum for about 2 months. July 26, 2012, I was reappointed SG again, Secretary General. From July 26, 2012 as SG, I worked till December 24, 2012, where I was redeployed and appointed Minister of Information.
In December 2012?
In December 2012, yes. And the following month, January 9th, 2013, I was brought back as SG.
Okay.
And from January 9, 2013, served as SG up to June 10, 2013, where I was redeployed to the Ministry of Petroleum for 1 day. June 11th, I was relieved from office, 2013.
Okay.
And that's the end of my services, yeah.
So basically, you served as Secretary General how many times?
I would say on 5 occasions.
All right. Now let's go back to the office of the president. As Permanent Secretary 1, Permanent Secretary 2, can you tell us what your role was as Permanent Secretary 2 first, and then Permanent Secretary 1, and then Secretary Cabinet Secretary?
There are supposed to be 4 positions of permanent secretaries at the office of the president.
Okay.
And at the time we had 2. There was 1 and 2. As Permanent Secretary 2, I assist Permanent Secretary 1, who would be my senior, and we are answerable to the Secretary General, who would assign us work, and we deal with the files, and we also assist our juniors. We also guide those that are under us, that's the DPS, the PAS, the SAS, and the Assistant Secretary. So we basically, as Permanent Secretary 2, I wait for assignments from Permanent Secretary 1 or from the SG, or if there is any directive, once we treat minutes to the president, if there is any directive from him through the Secretary General, it comes back to us as Permanent Secretary, and we would work on those directives or instructions. So we kind of, as Permanent Secretary 2, assist and guide those that are under, us like...
General, in January 2008 as Secretary General?
No, ma'am. 2010, January 8th, as Secretary General.
I see. I'll just show you some documents that you signed in relation to Carnegie Minerals.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm showing the witness document from GEO3 and GEO2. The document from GEO3 is a letter dated 15 January 2008 from Office of the President to the Director of Geology. And it states, just to expedite the proceedings, I have the honor to write and convey directives that you write to Carnegie Minerals Gambia Limited to stop all their mining activities in the Gambia with immediate effect. They are being given 24 hours to tell the Gambia government the quantity of whatever mineral products they have and are exporting from the Gambia, and the actual international prices per tonnage. The original laboratory results of analysis of the types of minerals they are exporting from Gambia should also be submitted. And its failure to comply will result in the revocation of their license to operate in the Gambia and legal proceedings entered. Please take necessary action. Can you give the witness this document, please?
It may probably be when I was Permanent Secretary 2. That it was terminated.
Yes.
Yes, I do remember.
You do remember. Now, we know there was an arbitration, and we, of course, have to be aware of the facts in that matter. But I'd just like to ask you, what were the circumstances leading to the writing of that letter? Do you recollect the termination of the license?
I cannot recall, or I do not know the circumstances that led to the termination of their contract. But I do remember being, it's probably in a minute form, in the file, instruction, to write that file. If there is a file reference number here, that can lead us to the issue, whether it was a minute form or whether it was an instruction from the SG to the permanent secretary, but going to that file can help. But I do remember that it was an instruction or a directive to convey as the letter has stated.
I see. Were you at all involved subsequently in the circumstances of the termination of the Kanaji Mineral?
No, ma'am.
Were you involved in the issue of a license to Gamiko?
The issue of license to?
To a company called Gamiko, Gambia?
No, ma'am.
No, you are not.
No.
Okay, I'll show you this other letter that you wrote in 2013, this time as Minister for Presidential Affairs and Secretary General and Head of Civil Service. The letter dated 21st March 2013 to the Director of Geology, which states, I have the honor to write and acknowledge on behalf of His Excellency, the President, and receipt of your correspondence through which you forwarded a draft terms and conditions for a mining exploration license in favor of Apan, and wish to convey acceptance and endorsement of the draft of the said terms and conditions. We wish to convey that the 3 phases of the work program should be combined and its duration should be 12 months. The sum of 2.5 million is budgeted for this project. Can you look at this letter, please? It's from the bundle GEO2. Do you remember that letter?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What can you tell us about Apan?
Ma'am, APAM, I cannot say much about APAM, except in reference to this correspondence. It was in reaction to a correspondence that was sent from Geology about, this APAM. And when it came, it was forwarded to His Excellency, the former President. And what normally transpires is come back to us stating all that he wanted to convey or want us to convey. And once we get that, we then write to the addressee and then convey the directive or convey the message that was in that file. And as you can see, we were reacting to what was sent, to us, to the office. And then we forwarded, the reactions of the former president to the department. But its creation, or what was Apan about?
Okay, this is a company called Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah Petroleum, yes, I later came across that name.
Yeah, you came across it?
Yes.
In what connection?
An
exploration license for the Upper River region. Were you aware that Apan was mining in the Upper River region?
Honestly, ma'am, I'm aware of KGI.
That is
and the
Kanilai
family farm.
KGI means Kanilai Group
International.
International. Yes.
The
All right, we'll
Kanilai
start.
family farms. I think it's Kanilai family farms. It's also under KGI.
Yes, KFF, KGI. Those are the only companies you know.
Yes. Others, I may just, the word would just be out there, but I'm not sure.
All right, we'll leave companies alone. Let's come to businesses.
Let's come to?
Do you know that the ex-president owned either directly or indirectly bakeries, a bakery?
Under the
How about butcheries?
Yes. Yes.
And he was involved in petroleum. Did you know that?
When this Apan name came up,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Then you knew. Now, whom did you consider? And I'm leaving the definition to you. Whom did you consider the closest associates of the president?
The president was very difficult to understand. You never know exactly, who was. Because he was talking to so many of them.
So many.
I would say yes.
Yes, we know that. Can you give us an example of those worth naming? I see you laughing. This is not.
I know.
This is not a laughing matter.
Because that's the situation that I am in. That's what I'm laughing at. I'm not laughing at the seriousness of the questions or the issue. I know how serious it is, and I respect that. But I am in a situation, and that's what makes me laugh.
In a dilemma, are you saying?
Yes.
Why do you consider yourself to be in a dilemma? You are here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You remember you swore.
That's right.
Yeah, please come out with the facts. Give us examples. You said he met many people.